A treacherous night ahead for Florida as darkness begins to fall and Hurricane Ian continues its catastrophic rampage.
If you think about a year before we went down to Florida, I was watching the news and realizing at the time that was the time that Hurricane Ian was kind of wiping out, much of Florida. So as I was watching that and thinking about, what can organizations like 1 Mile do, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought it was an opportunity for us to take the team to go down there. And what we can do very well is we can bring the spotlight with us. So is to go back down there a year after and bring the spotlight, create the buzz, create the media attention of the rebuilding process. And then along the way, as we tried to somewhat follow the path of Hurricane Ian, was also to stop and engage with the communities that were hit the hardest. So often Key West is hit with almost all the hurricanes. We decided to start down there as our starting point. So really it was kind of bringing the spotlight to the problems of rebuilding process, along with our ability to raise money across the country in our networks, and then bring that money down to Florida to help with the process. But then engage with the community and engage with the veterans, and also leave behind what we had raised. So in effect, what happened was we were able to leave behind about $7,000 worth of disaster relief equipment at each of our stops. And then what we also did was we had each location select a hometown hero that we could honor.
Ken Corey here with Team 1 Mile, just doing some prepping before we get ready for this magic tour ride of 700 miles.
Cause now you're trying to pick a fight with everyone you need.
Well, right now we just got here to Key West and we basically are settling. We're trying to get the bikes built. We're getting our nutrition inside.
There's composure. You're wounded and play a waiting game.
It's always a little bit of a deer in headlight moment because, I want to help. What can I do? What can I, and it was raining a little bit, and there was just stuff out kind of in the grass. And I still didn't know people. I knew who the mechanic was, but then there was this other guy, and he was messing with my bike. I'm like, who is this guy? Well, it turns out to be Wayne, right? Because I haven't met them in person, and sure, I've seen them on Zoom or whatever, but that first connect with some of these faces is really cool, and I was excited about it. I was, it's sort of like, ooh, I can't wait to meet everybody. So that's kind of what was running through my head.
Significance besides the shadow of a dream. You sound like a note.
So as a team leader, it's interesting. I bake this into the whole process, and what happens is, as a founder and a team leader on the front side of it, the closer and closer we get to the event side, my role as a leader diminishes. And I intentionally do that because I'm so involved in all the pre-work and the planning and the strategy that when it comes time to the actual event, I want others to step up and truly take the lead. And from a riding perspective, so we designate key people to play a bigger leadership role. One of the big things that we transitioned from in the past when we were doing Race Across America was we were going from kind of a awareness team to now a direct impact team. And that's what I love. Now we get a chance to really make a direct impact to individuals and communities, where when you're racing across the country, you're a shiny object, but you don't get a real chance to engage and connect and make a difference in any one given community.
Excited to get the day going, get on the road, pedal 140 miles, day one, Team 1 Mile.
Being all together when we said the prayer before we left, that was awesome.
Safe travels.
So we got to get the first day jitters, nerves out, and we'll get everything correlated. So the next few days will be nice and smooth.
I'm great. I had a flat tire, so I actually sat in the car for like too long.
Feeling good. Feeling really good. I'm kind of surprised, but good news is there's only, what, 650 miles to go? Thank you so much. Let's do this.
That's all I
a big
drink.
bowl of maple syrup.
I have it in here.
From Canada. That's what she puts in water bottles.
Canadians only drink maple syrup.
And a beaver tail.
And beaver tails. You're amazing. Remember? Yeah, why don't you pick on him? Yeah. Hi, stay stayed right here with
I've been
me. I was like,
nicer than you.
We're gonna see a moose across the highway here pretty soon. We got lots of moose in the Keys.
Riding in mindful of feeling like I really need to stay on top of my water, and I'm excited that I hang with these badass riders thus far. So crossing my fingers, but everybody's just out here to do their thing today. We're not trying to push it too hard so that, you know, people are left behind, and etc. So it's all good, and of course we're doing it for a good cause.
60 miles in, nice little fueling stop, 80 to go. Pace felt nice, holding 22, 23. We're ahead of schedule now, so maybe we can slow it down to 18, but if not, hey, embrace the suck.
It's good. You know, the roads are, they're busy, and as a group ride, it's, we're getting to know each other and getting to know each other's riding style, so it's been a morning of learning. Yeah, it is. But we're good. We're about halfway, not even halfway today, but we're feeling good and spirits are good, so that's all that matters.
It was magical. You know, it really was. Just seeing all these people that, even though we've never rode together, maneuvering through traffic, nobody got hurt. It made your adrenaline pump. You knew that you were part of a bigger, something big again. And for a veteran, I think that's really a big part of it is, you know, I'm back to being part of something. A lot of times when we get out, you know, we, at least some veterans, at least for me, we feel lost. And day one reminded me I'm part of something again.
Our bikers just finished 140 miles starting in Key West this morning, and we're ending at the American Legion here in Homestead to honor the veterans.
Oh man, we only did one.
oh yeah, get in a picture.
All in all, crew did absolutely amazing, making sure everybody stayed hydrated, stayed fed, and the rest was just up to the rider. So it was a great day all the way around.
Just seeing how much of a brotherhood or like just a group of family it is, even if once you're out, you know, maybe you went to a foreign war, maybe you didn't go to war at all, like they all respect each other. And going into the places where I wouldn't normally be, like a VFW, was so amazing. It's almost like I don't know any of these people, and I meet Frenchie, and he's like this older gentleman that's super hilarious that basically fought in wars and like was amazing.
We sure
But to meet somebody like that had a part in creating the life that I live was really, like, I've never been around people where I thought about it that way. And it was like walking into there, you almost like get like chills and like teary-eyed because you realize a lot of these people have been forgotten and they don't get, you know, praised for all the things that they've done for us to make sure that we're free. And being in that environment was really great for me because I just realized how lucky I am to live in America and how many people, so many people have given so much in order for me to live and do what the things that I do, in order to get on my bike and ride and hang out and train. And I went to the CrossFit Games, and I wouldn't have been able to do any of this stuff, move around, if I lived in a place that was completely different than America. So for me, it was really life-changing.
Sure. Roseanne and I, my wife and I, have gone through 4 hurricanes in 5 years. So we've become, unfortunately, somewhat accustomed to going through the stresses of hurricane recovery. And in particular, we focused on the first 3 days after the storm. There are lots and lots of agencies that come in day 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. But there are not many people out there in day 1, 2, and 3. So we were delighted to become part of this effort to help build these disaster relief kits that are focused on veterans and their families and their neighbors.
Thank you for this day, and I thank you for every single person in this group. I pray that you keep every single person safe, and remember what we're riding for the entire time. Remember to have gratitude, and I just appreciate every single one of you, Lord. Thank you for this day. Thank you for everything. In your name I pray. Amen. Let's
Amen. Amen. All right, thanks. Go.
Team One Mile! 1, 2, 3, go!
All right.
Myself, take me to a better place where love's something else. Though it's wrong, running high. Am I the only one left now? You, aren't you tired of always around like you're stuck everywhere? You keep it to yourself and your innocence, the only thing that's left for me. It's not that I want more, I only need it. I can't believe it, you fell on me.
Nice breeze, the sights. A lot of people that should not be in bikinis are in them. So hey, more power to them.
A little too much drama in your dreams, so I lost you again.
What stuck out the most of the events, and a lot of it had to do with the hometown heroes. That's where I realized that my bucket is being filled, that I'm getting a chance to create an environment. You know, this is one thing I love to say, and I'll say it every time I get a chance. It's not about 1 mile. It's not about Mike Campbell. But I hope my legacy, and I hope 1 Mile legacy is, it's because of. And that could be friendships. It could be opportunities. It can be projects that other teammates go on to do together, that I can sit there and say it's because of 1 Mile these things happen. It has very little to do with, about 1 Mile.